Hello and welcome to the thrilling final chapter of this Phoenix Files book that I'm co-writing with a predictive text robot. I didn't know it was going to be the final chapter either, but here we are. Chapter 6. The small man ran out of the woman's hands and started chasing after Jordan and me, around and around and around. "I will cleanse the whole world of wildflowers," he raged. "I hate your shoulders and I hate you." Jordan looked back at him with personal questions. "Who are you? How long are you going to keep following us up and down?" "I came down from the jeweler in the trees," the shiny man spoke again. Jordan raised an eyebrow at me. "We need to reschedule our wedding until after we deal with him." I felt slightly broken inside. I guess we can afford that. I whirled around, picked up a chair and smashed it over the top of the shiny man's metal head. He froze up and took a little shuddering breath. Then he pulled off his face and threw it over his shoulder. I clenched my mouth shut. Underneath his face was the most exciting thing I'd ever seen. A little white envelope with my face on the front. I stared down at the envelope. "How could that be in such a foreboding place?" Jordan whispered. I reached out a shaky hand and pulled the letter from his face hole. The shiny man suddenly swiveled around and turned back into a dried up silver stick. "Open it up," said Calvin. "I think you might think it's quite good." I tore open the envelope and tipped the thing into my hand. It was thin and white and environmentally friendly, and I realized it was what the security guards called paper. I stared down at the words on the front of it. "Dear Sir," I read out loud, "congratulations. You have just discovered a poem in my face. That means you're the new boss of the whole town." My eyes flickered between Jordan and Calvin. Peter walked over, followed by a long line of ducks. Tank drifted back down from the sky on bright white wings, carrying Georgia in his pocket. And then, from all around us, 13 men in white robes started moving in. "What is all this?" I said to Peter. "I don't know," Peter shrugged, "but I don't feel like I should go extremely dangerous and violent anymore." Jordan picked up the silver stick and handed it to Peter. "Here is something small and shiny." Peter's face broke into a smile. "This is exactly what I asked for." The men in white stepped closer. I felt slightly confused. Georgia started talking again. "I saw you two getting pushed out of a helicopter and falling down, down, down into a circle of 13 men in white robes." I stared at her in my listening pose. "You were right about all of the whole thing." "That's right," said a familiar voice from behind one of the white robes. "The little girl is actually a little informant of the future." The man pulled back his hood. I gasped out a little bit of information. "What are you doing here?" It was Mr. Shackleton. He stood over Jordan and me, trying not to cry. "You still don't know what you've accomplished here, do you?" I tried to make sense of it all, but it was just stretching my head into a circle. "I don't," I said. "You have just been given a big promotion," said Shackleton. "You found the secret message in the middle of the little silver stick. That makes you the ruler of town. I will now finish my evil plan phase of my life and start working at the airport with Calvin. We will finally show you guys the comforting smiles you deserve." Jordan looked around at the other men in white. "I don't know what to say." The other people took off their white hoods. I turned around and started checking their heads. I saw Mum and Dad and Michael and Catherine and Jordan's parents and even Officer Reeve. "What is this?" I asked. "What are you all in special uniforms for?" But Jordan was starting to make a good reason come out of her mouth. "I know what this is." She leaned forward and peered at my bright cheeks. I felt her hands start touching my hands. My heart whooshed into my head and I finally figured it out. "This is a wedding!" I screamed. "This is our wedding!" "I love you very carefully," said Jordan. "I love the feeling of unseen eyes bearing down on me," said Michael. "Now you may kiss on the lips," said Mr. Shackleton proudly. Jordan stuck out her lips, and from that afternoon on, we didn't have to save the whole world ever again. The end. So dumb. If you'd like more Phoenix Files adventures, you might like to try reading the actual Phoenix Files books. Also, did you know that the Phoenix Files book, the real ones, not this junk, are now available as a full cast audio drama featuring music, sound effects, acting better than my acting? You should check it out. If you'd like to watch more nonsense like this, click here to subscribe to my channel. Click here to watch the whole series from the beginning, and click here to watch some more videos about the actual Phoenix Files. And I will see you whenever. click any of them. See me now.